Contingency log number 94. Codename, believe it. You all know my backstory of what happened to me back in that alleyway. It was a turning point in my life. An event which would lead to me becoming the man I am today. And yet I would never compare my childhood to what others have experienced in their lives. Not because I believe that none could compare to my own. Quite the opposite, in fact. Because I know very well that there are others who have had it worse. Children who have suffered far beyond anything I'd ever experienced in my past, and in many cases came out the other side as a far better person for it all. You all know where I'm going with this. In the village of Konoha, a boy with blonde hair was born, and on that day he would lose everything, his parents having lost their lives to protect his, and if that weren't enough, that boy would have a monster sealed inside of him. His name was Naruto Uzumaki. Believe it or not, his life did not get any better from that point forward. Not just orphaned as a baby, but now, with the nine-tailed fox sealed inside of him, he would be shunned by the village. Many who saw him believing him to be the fox itself, refusing to associate with him to any capacity. Even the man who was supposed to take care of him would simply leave him alone in a run-down apartment. He was just a kid. Growing up under such conditions would shape Naruto's personality to a degree. He'd become loud and mischievous, becoming a sort of menace to the people of the village. It would bring him scorn and give people more of a reason to hate him. But at this point of his life, he was willing to accept that if it means getting any attention at all. Born in a world which would rather he never existed, for many, it would likely result in someone who would grow to hate those who pushed them away. And he has met a few who have grown up to be like this. But Naruto would choose a different path. He would not hate them, would not want to get revenge. He would instead choose to prove them wrong through actions. He would fight to protect the village on multiple occasions, such as the time it was attacked by a different village, even fighting against another boy with a tailed beast inside of him, one which he would not just defeat, but their encounter would help the other go down a different path than the one he had been following until that point. Which speaks to something Naruto shows incredible proficiency in, which is to speak to the hearts of others, even those who are enemies. Maybe it's because he can see himself in them, as many of his foes had had similar backgrounds of betrayal and hatred. His empathy for them and their strife. It can speak to the souls of others, as it's not just his words that get through to people, but the absolute earnestness behind it, as regardless of what he would face, no matter how much life has attempted to push him down, Naruto would not allow that to taint him. But talking is only a part of Naruto's skill set, as he has spent many years training in both the use of ninjutsu and physical combat. His most iconic moves being the use of the shadow clone jutsu, in which he is able to create an army of clones of himself, each able to act independently, though their durability is a far cry from his own, as each can be destroyed with a single hit if it has enough strength behind it. That said, his clones also have an interesting secondary ability, as when one is destroyed, any and all knowledge said clone accumulates is distributed back to the original and any other clone still active at the time, meaning that Naruto is capable of obtaining vast knowledge on a battlefield without saying a word. There is also the Rasengan, a ball of spiraling chakra which was originally created by Naruto's father. This technique likely caused him the most difficulty to master, but it has been instrumental to many of his battles. Not just powerful, but he's managed to evolve it further, creating different versions of the technique, each delivering devastating damage to his opponent. Like the Rasen Shuriken, a ranged version of the technique which, when making contact, anyone unfortunate enough to be caught in it will have every cell in their body sliced away as though by microscopic knives were running through them. But above any other jutsu, Naruto would also have access to a power which only a rare few have managed to tame. As mentioned, he has a monster inside of him, a nine-tailed fox by the name of Kurama, a creature who hated him as well for having to be sealed away within the boy. But much as before, Naruto managed to get through to Kurama as well, creating a team unlike any other. Now able to tap into Kurama's full power, his body glowing with a golden aura and boosting his already impressive chakra levels. They were a powerful team, at least while it lasted. At the moment of writing this contingency, Naruto no longer has access to Kurama, which is fortunate in the terms of a contingency. However, he is still quite powerful without him, as Naruto is still capable of accessing his Sage mode. This mode allows him to draw from the natural energy of the world, boosting his physical and chakra abilities as well. This mode would even allow him to fight on equal footing against the 6 paths of pain. Something even his master had difficulties doing before his passing. But despite this power, there is one grave weakness, one which I am hesitant to exploit. You see, for Naruto to activate this mode, he must first place himself in a state of total stillness, as even the slight movement of his body would lead to a catastrophic backfire, causing his body to be converted to stone, something which, if not stopped mid-process, would be irreversible. Outside of that, there are 2 possible ways for me to counter him, one more extreme than the other. The first being to attack Naruto internally, while Kurama, being within Naruto, has granted him a minor healing factor. Even then, he was unable to prevent various moments of intestinal distress. I could recreate the effect. It would be cruel, but it has shown to be more than capable of disarming him in the middle of combat. But in the event that it doesn't, I have managed to find another means to fight on par with him. As the technology in his world expanded with time, Naruto, now the leader of his village, would employ a man who would seek to change the landscape of war, creating a device which can not only recreate jutsu at a faster pace than a human can, but is also grants the ability to absorb any and all chakra-natured attack as well. As someone with an ambition to prove himself such, he was easy to get to my side once promised a considerable amount of funding for his work. Currently, he is preparing a suit, one which, if I am lucky, will allow me to handle not only Naruto, but any other ninja in his world. And given he's not the only one on my list, I'm going to be finding a lot of use out of it. If you also have a character you wish for me to cover, or just want to support this channel, I'll have a link to my Ko-fi page. There will also be a Google Doc with the list of characters who have ever been done or already commissioned by others.